dancing with the dolly like a dope head dance. Stop and stare at that. They so handsome, all up in my eardrums like goddamn. Son, them boys bad, make your girlfriends laugh. They'll make your girl come. Yeah, they'll make your girl mad, and when your girl mad, then she gon' come back. That's how it is. With the day, it's a break. It's your boys rap.
Nick clap. Yeah. Welcome to Rehab Bromance, episode 2. I'm Jed.
I'm Rafe.
Your favorite African-American Trevon here.
Favorite. LeVar Burton is my favorite African-American, too.
Oh, wow.
Is he not yours?
No.
Geordie LaForge, Reading Rainbow?
No.
Who's your favorite?
Me.
Okay.
That's actually fair. Or egotistical, but fair.
Yeah.
No.
It's good.
So, we'll do the PSA. If you see us out in public, like, don't speak to us. We're
famous now.
We're above that
dude,
now.
Yeah, don't come up to
just
us.
because you listen to what we say doesn't mean you can comment on it. Then.
Yeah.
No, I was at my sober house that I don't live at anymore.
Yay!
And I'm sitting in my room and I hear my voice like in the living room, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I hear it like on loop. And I go out in the living room, and one of the older gentlemen that I lived with was just like watching one of my reels, like on loop. And it was, I got like the biggest like, can you turn that off, please? Like I don't. And he was like, "What's this?" And I was like, I don't know, man.
No, what hell? What clip was it?
Oh,
The most recent one?
No. This was I don't know. It was when I first like. It was early on when I first started doing podcasts. So it was funny because, I mean, I've been doing the podcast for 9 years, but I was always so not wanting to be the like, hey, listen to my podcast guy, that like I went the opposite way. So people probably didn't even know around here for the most part. So I was like real hush about it. And then I guess because I got back into the recovery circle around here, and then I started doing reels again, and they're like, "Oh, when have you been doing this?" And it's like, "Oh, I guess I just stopped talking about it locally, I guess."
Well, he pulled that one out of the trash can then.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
So was it funny watching yourself, like listening to yourself?
No,
then?
it was awful. It was awful. Well, I'll take it back. It was funny the first, second, third, and fourth time, but then like because he couldn't hear real well, so I don't even think he understood that it was just on loop, loud. As I was like, "Hey."
So he was watching the same one, but pretty much it was very new every time he watched it.
Dude, was this your All Lives Matter movement days or what?
No, bro. How cringe. So like I've had a Facebook since you had to have a college email to sign up for it, and back then the status template was like Jed Payne is blank. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. So my 14-year ago Facebook posts are so bad. They're so even 8 years ago, even 1 year ago, they're cringy. Even a week, yesterday. But no, dude, that is some cringe, dog.
Oh, I know. Well, that's one of the worst things about social media in history is that when it pops up and you're like, "Oh, dude,
I did that."
Or like when you went through a bad month and that history is gonna pop up for a whole month, like 3 years ago. I'm like, dude, it's kicking me in my balls because I'm like, I kind of wanted to get past that, and then here we are again.
Here we are though.
Yeah.
You know, like that, for me, that's always the silver lining because, like, man, when I tell you, I really was an angry black man a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I would post dumb shit, bro, and like I look back at it, I'm like, damn, I remember that, but.
Like what kind of dumb shit?
Yeah.
Like me with a gun in my hand. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Pull up.
And like the picture that they would show if you ever did a robbery and like your mom be like, "He was such a sweet boy," and it's you like.
And I'm like, man.
Dude.
Like,
It's like you with a gun and a comment saying like, "I will rob you. I'm not a sweet boy."
You know?
And your mom's like, "He's such a sweet boy. He'd never rob anybody."
You know, like smoking blunts.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? And you got all the drugs in there. You think you're hot right now, but you're really you're hot.
Yeah.
The cops are looking for you. You know what I'm saying? And it's that was those cringe moments, especially in recovery now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, I was that stupid.
Yeah.
You know.
I went through every phase of like I went through like just being dumb. Well, that's why number one. That's why like a long time ago, my dad did human resources, and he was like, if you ever want a job, take your real name off of your damn Facebook.
Yeah.
So I did.
Yeah.
Back before. So that's why I still have P. Master Jetty or whatever,
Yeah.
because back then you could change it.
Yeah.
And I was on mushrooms one day, and it sounded funny as hell to me.
It's actually pretty cool.
It's all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
like it.
good.
I like it.
It's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
The day I came up with it, though, I was like, this is the funniest shit in the world, dude. I was like, P. Master Jetty. Yeah, so and then I went through a phase of like, okay, I'll be serious and I'm gonna like make these like poignant like political commentary statements, and it's just like, God, you sound like such a blowhard, dude. And now I'm back full circle to like fuck the government and jokes.
Right.
Like just the internet should really just be made to make people laugh.
And I think for the most part it is though, because whether you see something serious or something crazy, it's still funny and
It's all fair game.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Man. It is.
Are you looking up one of your
I
old
just
ones?
went to my original post at Twitter or X.
Your first one?
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Okay, let's see.
First tweet, finally started a podcast with Bleezy. Also trying to understand what to get 11-year-old for her birthday.
What?
Yeah.
What? Wait.
Yeah, I was also on the Epstein list. No.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
yeah.
my niece, dude.
Oh.
I'm talking about my niece. And then the next one was... let me read this in my head before I read this out loud.
No, give it to me. I'll read
Okay,
it.
why the hell does everyone on Twitter act like they're a Jesus freak, go out slumming that day or the next, and act like they're into religion? Shut the fuck up. You're already looking like a tramp. Go ahead and just be who the hell you are instead of you not respect yourself.
What year was that?
It doesn't really matter. And
Yes,
then-
it does.
and
What
then
year was it?
God may wake me up, but I lace up my own shoes. Oh, sorry. That was a bar, dude.
So gay, dude.
Oh, Kaepernick's playing. I enjoy how stupid people sound when they look up what sign they are, and then they'll become that person that they. Please, instead of doing that, just wear a sign that says "spit on me." Thanks.
Damn.
Yeah, and I was really in a dark place.
Yeah.
And enjoy what makes you happy. Go against the grain, even if it goes against what people say. Just be who the fuck you are. So
No, that stands today
that
for
was
sure.
that was a
Yeah,
fair one. And then
yeah.
I want a Krabby Patty so bad right now. Yeah. So yeah, that's yeah. Woo.
What year was that?
It didn't really matter.
It does matter.
You got
Move on.
Kaepernick is playing, so that should give you a
I think. Well,
What was he?
Well, no, it could have been years later. It was 2018.
Wait.
It was 2018.
I really hope that like 5 years later, your tweet is like, "I can't believe I stood for Kaepernick, and he won't even stand for the flag." Or
Oh, dude,
something.
I stood for neither one. I just remember thinking, oh, like that song, Drake, God's Plan. And I was just saying it in my head. I was also on a lot of Xanax and possibly other things. More than
Yeah.
likely other things. Yeah, there's for sure other things. But yeah, no, dude. I mean, you go back and you look at like I remember the reason why I got off of Facebook in the first place was when I started posting photos of me like almost butt naked, but bubbles were covering me, and my mom and dad were commenting on it, and I was like, you know what, fuck this. Dude.
Yeah.
I don't need that. I got my mom and dad poking me on Facebook. What the fuck? And then that's a whole nother, which is crazy. And then now. What was it, a year ago, Trayvon? We started the poke wars, not even knowing what that would start.
And it started.
No, dude,
bruh.
it was like a fire, bro. Like I was just fucking around bored, and I was just like, I'm gonna poke Trayvon and Eric and just a couple other people, and then it just went into you and Eric had like over 2,000 pokes.
Yeah, bro, I got poked for probably like close to 100 people now.
That's insane.
Yeah, all because of you.
I think you
I
poked
take
me.
pride in
I
that to
think I
some
did.
extent.
And I was very confused. I was like, we're still poking?
But yeah, that was it.
I didn't.
I never understood poking from the get-go. Don't get it now.
Now it's funny. It's funny to me
That's
now.
just a joke.
Yeah.
But then, like, I see, like, I have, like, so many pokes, and I'm like, okay. And then I'll poke Trayvon, maybe Bella, maybe other people, and then I go about my day.
What about you all just lost the game?
What game?
Does that mean, okay.
What?
That means nothing to you? You've never heard of the game? Everybody that's watching, you just lost the game.
Okay.
No.
You've never heard of the game?
No one's heard of it. Nobody.
No, this is ancient internet lore.
Okay.
The game is always being played.
Mm-hmm.
You lose the game when somebody says you lost the game. it's always being played, so and then you have to say, I just lost the game.
No one. When did that happen? When was that a thing in your head, dude?
It's not in my head, dude.
You're gonna have to pull up some kind of receipts or something because I've
the
never
ancient
heard
internet
of it.
lore.
Yeah, dude. Like this was back in like
Ancient.
This was like Zanga days. Y'all remember Zanga?
Oh,
I remember Zanga.
Zanga, dude. And then like MySpace was dangerous, dude. Because I remember when you had your top 9 friends, bro. You could find out who cut off who real quick. Like, I'm like, damn, dude, they don't fuck with them after the weekend would happen. Because you knew something happened if like Becky wasn't friends with Rachel anymore.
The game originated as an internet age psychological mind game evolving from the 70s, 90s, or early 2000s, okay? Key aspects of the game existed in the 70s within Cambridge University Science Fiction Society. Blah, blah, blah. Everyone in the world is playing at all times. Thinking about the game is a loss. A loss must be announced, which causes others to lose.
Okay. Well, I lost a lot.
You did, and everybody that is watching just lost, and you better make a post. You think I'm not the only one? When people, I see you're like,
nah,
sounds like it.
No, I'm judging. I think it's
you know what I'm really thinking in my head.
What?
That's white people shit.
Yeah. I know that's what you. That's what I was about. I know that's what you were thinking, dude.
Oh no,
I know that's what you.
Cambridge University.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, that's very racist.
It might be. It might be.
If it was from Southeastern, it'd been different. But yeah, but the Cambridge.
Oh, did I say
Berkeley?
Cambridge? I meant Compton University.
Okay.
Dude. No.
Whatever. Yeah. Do you remember LiveJournal?
No.
I've heard of LiveJournal before.
I have. Yeah. My LiveJournal is the most emo. It is nothing but me being like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself tomorrow. It's bad, dude. Yo, straight up, dude. So cringe.
Well, I kind of commented on one of your posts the other day. You had the emo look going.
Oh yeah, that was on purpose. Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I can do a crazy emo.
It was pretty.
You were adorable. I was looking at your Facebook. You ever go to someone's Facebook and you go through their old profile?
Oh, absolutely.
That picture you posted, that was my reintroduction to sobriety. That was my first sober. No, it did. It lasted 5 years. I was in my car in the AAC parking lot, dude.
Oh shit.
Sober. Yeah, I just got my phone back, and I was like, "Hey guys, I'm back. I'm cute."
Well, let me say this: you look better than my first sober pic was. I looked like I had like a rat like living in my hair, dude. My hair was just wild in the early days of my sobriety.
Yeah,
I had a mullet. I was super like,
mullet?
Yeah, it was, but it was shitty. It wasn't even worth calling it a mullet. It was I looked like a lesbian.
It was a moulet.
I looked like a lesbian.
Did you say moulet?
Yeah, dude. If you could have easily shaped my hair up and you would have been like, oh, it's the girl from Twilight with the hair that like.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, Ashley Green.
But with like deficiencies and
You
like got hit with some tisms and stuff like that.
Well,
yeah, got hit with some stuff. Yeah,
I was about to. Never mind. Cut that. So, speaking of the tisms, do you think? All right, you wanted to talk about your best movie dad.
Yes. Oh my God, but y'all got to go first.
I think I know you're gonna say. I think I know what you're gonna say.
I want you to say who you think I'm gonna say.
But if it's not, I'm gonna take it.
Oh yeah.
Best movie dad.
Yeah.
Oh God, I wanted to make a joke.
Pursuit of Happiness.
No, but that's a good one.
Okay.
I was.
Go ahead. Make it joke.
So that's yours.
That's mine.
That's a good one.
I was gonna say.
Damn, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pursuit of Happiness. That movie almost made me cry.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. No.
Like Will and his son at the time, he was.
Before he was like an alien.
God, Jaden Smith is a. What the fuck is wrong with him, bro?
Yeah, no, but that's just growing up in like a I don't know what.
Me either. I don't know what happens.
I've never experienced anything close to that, so I don't know. But yeah, dude, no, he's an alien. But I root for Will. But anyways, that's a solid. Yeah. That is a solid ass pick.
That's mine.
Jed, you're not gonna beat mine or Trayvon's. I feel like that's.
My favorite movie, Dad, fucking Anakin Skywalker, dude. Darth Vader.
Yeah, no, he was horrible, dude. Okay. Now,
at least he showed an interest in his son's career and hobbies, and
okay, so
I want to give you the universe. Yeah, what a
I like that one too. I like that one too.
What a terrible dad.
I like the other side of it.
He just wanted to protect his new empire.
His new empire. Delusional. Second thing, it had nothing to do with his kids, dude. It had everything to do with Natalie Portman and the love for her.
The children inside of her belly.
He didn't care. He choked her. Pregnant.
To get the kids out sooner. He was so done with her and ready for the kids.
Dude, he was a horrible dad. He was a horrible dad. He didn't come around Luke's life until he was like 16, 17.
Which is the dream, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, you grew up. Now we can be friends.
Yeah, he's like all that. So did your Aunt Beru wipe your butt? Good. Now let's go. Just fight with swords, dude. Yeah. Doesn't that sound dope?
Uncle Owen, you did. He didn't.
If you're, well, all right, we'll hurry up and do yours so we can move on from this.
Okay, so no, dude. I seriously, I'm telling you, mine. It's John Q, bro.
Ooh,
it's John Q.
Because you secretly want to shoot up a hospital?
No, not yet. But no, John Q. Dude,
I'm not gonna bury my son,
dude.
My son
you're not gonna win it. You're not gonna.
No, it's good.
He was so phenomenal in that. Like I watch clips of that, and he's just like. It's so powerful to me, man. And, like, I remember watching that with my dad and being like, I know my dad would do that. Like, I was like, I knew we were building that relationship at the time after the divorce. And we were going to movies all the time. And my dad was showing up, and I was like, dude, I know my dad would do this. And then, fun fact, later on, when my high school sweetheart broke it off with me, rightfully so, my dad brought me to go see I Love You, Man.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
We ended up watching that movie because he was like, it got him out of his head for a little bit. Yeah. We watched that movie that week 5 times that week.
Damn.
And so when I went through a big breakup in my sobriety, he was like, you want to go to a movie?
Okay.
And I was like, damn, dude. And that means a lot to me. Like, I shout out to my dad, man. But he, dude, he just showed, like, we would watch Remember the Titans. You know, my father always calls me. Every single time he sees it on TV, like clockwork, the Titans are on. Like it's like we're at a high school game. Like the Titans are playing, and I love that, dude. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. I love that. Gary Bertier, man, Julius, dude. I love it, man. But yeah, John Q was such a huge, and of course Denzel was just killing it in the game during that time, man. And he was taking every role to the extreme, man, kicking ass.
I feel like he should have got more awards than just the one.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what he won for Glory? Is that the one he won for?
No, he won for Training Day.
Yeah,
I thought he won for Glory.
I don't think so, man. I think the only Academy Award he has is for Training Day.
Training Day, yeah.
He did the thing in that one.
Dude, a lot of it, he was going off script. He was just riffing a lot of times. Like when they're at the diner, he's riffing. When he's talking about King Kong and he got shit on me, he's riffing. Like that's him.
Yeah, dude. No, his first one was for Glory.
First Academy Award?
Yeah.
No shit.
Best Supporting Actor.
So
I'm talking about
Best Actor. Okay. Still, that's Glory was great. 1990. There you go.
Thank you, Brad. See, and that's why you need a guy in the back that's always doing research, man, because we talk out of our ass.
Yeah, we do. I know I do.
Yeah, me too, dude. There's no doubt. No, I think that's a great. Yeah, dude.
If you're, I'm trying to think of how to word it. Like, so Darth Vader being a bad dad. If you're, like, what if you found out that your actual dad was, we'll call it Donald Trump or someone rich, but also crazy shitty? What would your reaction be?
And you have to add that they're like Democrats, super Democrat, and they're fighting the war on MAGA, because that's basically what Luke was doing.
Yeah. That's true. It would be like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez finding out that Donald Trump is like her real father, dude.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
And I can see the press conference now. Brad liked that one, and just be like, you guys, I found out some disturbing news today.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And then Donald Trump's like, I always knew I always wanted a brown baby. You know, thank you. She's the best.
I don't know.
I don't know how.
Me either.
Yeah.
Would you just be like, give me some money and get out of my life? Or would you be like, hell yeah, dude, I was MAGA the whole time, bro.
Fuck no.
Time to join the...
I wouldn't sell my soul like that.
I'm trying to think if I was the child.
All right, then reverse it. What if your son or daughter becomes the next Trump? Like, I'm just using that. Well, okay, or even like the next Hitler, or like I'm
not gonna say I disown him, but
like it'd be like the dad in Dahmer. That was the saddest. Was like probably when he was just like, was it my fault? You remember?
Yeah,
dude,
you talking about the series, right?
Yes, bro. That scene was so.
Yeah,
brutal.
I would probably be like that dad. You know what I'm saying? Like I would wonder like where did I go wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like you know that's I don't know, man. That's kind of that's tricky, bro. Yeah. That's true. I don't think that's something you could just like decide on what you would do. I think that's something you have to. Yeah, you have to experience that. You'd have to try to bring them back at least to sanity.
You know what? You know what? This was the hardest thought that occurred to me in the bathroom the other day. Which is where my best... I think everybody's best thinking comes...
Best Pokemon teams ever created was on the toilet.
Absolutely. Chitardon and the evolution. Chitardon GX.
Oh, God.
No, it's like, okay, so I was just thinking about God and, like, forgiveness, and, like, okay, so that's probably how God looks at us, where it's like, dang, I can't believe my kid is doing some jacked up shit. I was like, there is... And this is like the scandal. This is what people just do not like about the idea of grace and scandalous grace and stuff. Is that like God loves the people in the Epstein files as much as He loves me and you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how does that?
Well, that
land
is
with
tied to your beliefs, and I hate that I agree with it because I fought that for so long, and I think that's an old part of me that doesn't want to agree with it because I'm like against all of this.
Of course,
you know what I mean. And it's, jeez, dude. Yeah, that's hard. It's hard, man, because you're like I need to be. I got to give. It's like I don't have to. I have an option, which is also an amazing thing that we have today is a choice to either give these people grace or not. But then here's the reality for me. I'm selfish and self-centered. I don't want to drink poison to end up being resentful all over the place and pour it onto my loved ones. So my option is either pray for these people to some extent, not like all the time, but just be like, they're sick individuals, which some people would be like, yeah, we use that scapegoat all the time. And I get that. But for me internally, if there's no silver lining, I will ride justification and pain and anger to the end of time until I end up just ending it.
Well, it's why like everyone is obsessed with true crime is because it gives you that automatic, well, I'm not that bad. It's like everyone can say like, oh, it's interesting, whatever. Like we like, as like a human species, we enjoy like public persecution and crucifixion and public punishment because it allows us to be like, well, not us, them. I feel better about myself.
I mean, I don't know, man. I tend to like try to give that grace, you know what I'm saying? Because for me, it's just a practice internally. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, and God forbid, like, of course, anything happens to anybody in my family, you know, I feel like I'm not there with that aspect yet, but like with other people, like you're talking about Dahmer, you know what I'm saying? Like, go back to the Ed Gein, you know, the series. If most of that was as true as they say it was, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude was just kind of messed up in a sense. Like, they showed two sides of that, which I loved, you know, but like, it's like, man, you know, where's the grace in some of these people? Because we don't know how sick they are. We don't know what kind of mental illness they suffer with, that they can't control themselves. You know, I mean, I won't say the same thing for pedophiles.
Yeah.
You know, but
Louis
like,
C.K.'s got the joke about that.
you know, but I try to give grace where grace is needed. You know what I'm saying? Because we for me, it's the way I was brought up and what I've learned. You know, is like you try to love as Jesus loves. You know, and it gets you far. And not only that, but like I said, it gives you that tolerance, that patience, and is internally I feel better. You know,
and it's not. So when I say, so more, it's like it's not like, oh yeah, I love and accept the behavior. It's like it's hard to understand that I have the potential to be both equally as lovable and equally as unlovable as anyone, as the worst person in history, as the best person in history. It's like the whole, and you're right, it does kind of go into like, you know, I guess it depends on like what personal belief you had, but if we even at like a base definition, if like God is a creator and then we're children, then it would like stand to reason that there's equal love spread around to all the children, and equal, like, I'm sure, you know, he's obviously not stoked about the decisions people make, and it's like a grieving, like, because there's like this dude, Sufjan Stevens, wrote this awesome song called John Wayne Gacy Jr., and it was basically the whole idea of the song was like, if I was raised differently, how do I know that I wouldn't have been John Wayne Gacy? Right. It's like the whole... and like the ending line is like, look beneath my floorboards and see what I have hid. And it was like, it's a great song that like, it's true though. It's like, thank God I wasn't born, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
no, well, there's a lot of
different time and place.
Yeah, well, no, there's a lot of gratitude in it, and I was just thinking that as well. Like, you brought up a good point. It's like, man, like, I'm very blessed with the way I grew up. Like, there's things I wasn't a fan of by all means, but yeah, it could have been way worse. And then a whole nother aspect to it is like, for me, when it comes to certain things that are heavier or lean towards my old ideas that I've used for a long time, it takes me a while for my mental and emotional to click with that.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm like, this is where I want to be. Emotionally, I'm not there yet. But then that's where I bring in the spirituality part, the bridge of it. Mm-hmm. That's where it bridges it for me. Now, it takes sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly for me. And I talk about it all the time. It's like, you know, sometimes just having like knowledge is like a curse to some extent of like, okay, that's definitely wrong.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to sit there and go back and forth to right or wrong. It ain't no doubt it's wrong, man. And it's horrible. And those poor kids and what they had to go through. And now look at what they got to do because someone else didn't clean up the wreckage of their past because of someone else being irresponsible to them. But then it goes into like, all right, well, nowadays, like, all right, I'm not the smartest, I'm not the dumbest, but I am favored in a way of like, all right, I have the opportunity and the responsibility to make sure not to bleed on the others because of what happened in my past, what I've either done or was done to me. Some of these people don't have that option, man, and it never occurs to them that where that light switch goes off. The pain was never, or they never knew a solution. They never had a solution. Like today, like us three have a solution, not in the sense that we are the solution, but we know where to get it.
Right.
And it sucks because you think about it and you're like, damn, like I want to drink my poison of resentment and anger, dude. I do, because it feels good at first.
You know what's funny though? This is what I was gonna say. It's like, but what is more truly satisfying to watch? The courtroom scenes where the mother of like a murdered child is just like weeping and angry and mad, or the ones where through tears she like forgives them.
I see that for me, that's more impactful.
Of course,
yeah, that's more impactful, man. And that's the motivate. It motivates me.
It gave me a little chill. Yeah,
it motivates me, man. But then even with the one that's weeping and angry, you feel that.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying, you feel
sure.
that. But it gives me, man. It's crazy how you say that, man. Because it's two different feelings you get. You know, when you see both of them. I don't feel the anger and the mad, you know what I'm saying, that the woman feels, but I feel a lot of sad and grief for her, you know what I'm saying, but with the...
Want to hold her.
Yeah, you know, but for the one that's actually, like, forgiving her, like that would make me cry. You know what I'm saying? Because like, damn, like I want to. That
stuns me.
Yeah,
But it's something so much bigger.
Yeah,
than
it
that.
is.
Yes,
Because
that's
there's no way for me. I could do that without something bigger than myself, dude.
Yeah.
Or like people around me that like push me to forgive, and you know what I mean. In order to forgive, that's how we forgive. You know, forget, or to an extent, I'm not forget, but like get over these humps, man. And it's so powerful, dude.
I think those are the things that like when you feel something like register in like your spirit, that's where you're like, oh, okay, that's truth.
Yeah.
That's truth. And then the other stuff you can say like, oh, that's like a story that I'm telling or that's like just it's like flesh and spirit type of thing. Where it's like,
absolutely. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, because usually when I watch those, it's the feeling of like, geez, like, wow. It's way more, and I think those are the things I try to like when I'm trying to figure out the world and like what is truth and all that. It's like I have to like key in on those things that like hit me in a way that I couldn't speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And dude, I know this is off topic, but it's like almost like this father, son, or parent love to their child. So there's this guy, and they're from Boston, and so his son was born, and he was having some issues, and he was like, "Oh damn, my son's strong. He's doing push-ups." Well, he was actually having seizures, and so anyways, it ended up to where he has this disease where he can't walk, can't run, anything like that. He's disabled. He's basically in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. And the doctors back in the day, you know, I think it was the 70s or something like that, they were given ways of like, you know, put him into basically a treatment throughout his whole life. And his parents were like, no, we're going to take him and we're going to raise him. We're going to do the things that we can. And so they finally hook up this computer thing to where he could talk and communicate. And they're like, I wonder what his first words are going to be. And it goes, go Bruins. And so his dad was never an athlete, never a strong runner, never a good swimmer, never a cyclist, dude. And so they start doing triathlons. And, dude, there's a video of them, and it's at the end of the triathlon. And you see the mother, and she's like, in her eyes, when you see her eyes, and you know it's lit up, and you just see the dad, with carrying the son on the wheelchair, just powering through. And I'm not talking about kind of fast. Yeah. I'm talking about fucking screaming. Yeah. And you're like, oh my God, go, man. And that's why, I've always been such a huge fanatic of sports. It wasn't, it's not the moments in the game, it's the stories that were told before. Yeah. That's what's always gotten me. Yeah. And so when you hear stories like, for instance, we're talking about the mother that forgives the killer, or the father and son that push through, the challenges and adversities that they have to go to get to that one moment that impacts, just like we're talking about right now, that impacted us. We don't even know these people, man. Right. But that power, man, that's something that, like, for me, it's like I can't sit here and say I don't believe, and I challenged it for so long just because I wanted to be on the fence. I wanted to choose those routes, and not knocking anyone that is an atheist or agnostic or anything like that. Like, even though we have a good friend that we bust,
I'll knock him.
Yeah, we'll knock him.
Alex, you're a dumbass, dude.
Bitch. But no, man. Like, it's so cool, man, to see. I think that's where I get the most joy, when I really internally don't think I do, because I'm so selfish, but I really truly do get the most joy out of my life seeing someone's God work in their lives. Mm-hmm. That's impactful to me.
I'm not gonna lie, I was really hoping when because you said Boston and you're like, his first words from the chair, I was hoping it was gonna be like Bill Burr, like, give me some fucking Dunkin' Donuts, man. What am I doing?
When you park the car.
Yeah.
Fuck the Yankees.
Go Bruins.
Yeah, go Bruins.
Fuck them, ma.
Fuck them. And but it's so cool.
Then that's. I could not stop there. Just pictured Bill Burr. Finally, you got the microphone working.
Fuck! I gotta piss.
Yeah. How do you like them apples?
Yeah, dude. It's and it's really cool.
You had to say that.
It was gonna kill me. I was gonna have an aneurysm.
I'm glad you got it out.
I was gonna pop.
Yeah, but Jeff was like, "Wait, he's getting serious."
Yeah. I was like, "Wait a minute, though." Yeah, dude. Freaking Boston.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that's funny.
No. Yeah, dads, dude.
Yeah.
That was a complete. Oh no, that's what you were talking about being. you get most of the satisfaction from watching God work in others. So this is the perfect dovetail into Trayvon and Jed's therapy corner for Rafe, where each week one of us has a very private issue that we're going to bring publicly for accountability and fun.
And just fun fact, this is the first time I've heard of this. So
yeah.
No, he's
heard of the story, but he just found out, just like I kind of did earlier, about that there was going to be a therapy session, which is great because now the viewers get to see from the inside that we are very flawed human beings, and we give grace out in Rehab Bromance.
Absolutely. So why don't you tell us what brings us to
this point? Okay,
Trayvon and Jed's therapy corner.
So as we talked about last week, we're talking about shoes. We were talking about Pokemon cards. And I'm a big Pokemon collector to the point to where it has become an issue in my household, and that I am on financial I have a financial blockade as of right now, and it's good.
There you go.
It's very good because I am being extremely selfish towards my family. And towards my future investments of what I want to do with my life and what I want my son to have and my family to have. In my head, I'm like, fuck you, we're going to Disney World soon. So, but the reality is like, I've been like extremely selfish in like purchasing of Pokemon cards because like my connection genuinely, it's gotten better, no doubt. But I've been very unmanageable the last like month and a half when it comes to certain things of spending, because like I'm trying to fill like a void in certain areas of my life, and so I'm going outside of my higher power. I'm going outside of things that feel good in the moment. And dude, not that like I know I'll end up making more mistakes, don't get me wrong, but like I want to get to that point where, because there's pain, I'm hoping it's enough pain to where it shifts for me. But yeah, I'm needing accountability. So I guess if you fucking see me in the open, say, hey man, how's the Pokemon card spending going? Because it has become an issue, and I need to get out of the way of that in order to not only thrive, but my family not to get the blunderbuss of that.
So thank you for being honest. And like a good friend, before I knew this was a huge issue, sent you a picture yesterday like, yo, Best Buy's got the lick, dude. Come through, dude. They got the cards, dog, right now. No, we talked about it because I went through the same thing over COVID. That's really when it kind of like restarted lighting up. I think a lot of people got into it, but it's if you strip everything away, it's basically gambling. I mean, it's the same thrill. It's the rush.
This is the pack.
This is the pack. And if I just get this one card, it's going to make me feel really good. And everything. So there was a funny, speaking of Massachusetts, like I think like last year, like 56% of calls to the gambling helpline were from people that needed help with their gambling app and thought it was like customer support, dude. So they were like, they're like, can you help my account? They're like, do you need to stop? They're like, no, I need you to. No, gambling, and this is a thing. This is especially sports betting in Louisiana. This is one of those things. It's like gambling and steroids are the two. Gambling, steroids, and like addictive sex, we can call it, are probably like the three big allowables in recovery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I say allowables with big old quotation marks because it's one of those like, we're all just going to kind of co-sign each other's bullshit on this one. And you got something?
Go ahead.
I'm about. Keep
going. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and it's dude, this is speaking of a admittedly jealous of like I want to win $30,000 playing poker. I want but it's like I am such a dude. Should we? I kind of want to answer a bill collector live. But you'd be like, stop calling me, dude. That's hilarious. Okay, do you know why they're calling me? Because I lost a bunch of money gambling, dude. Okay. Yeah, I mean that was part of this last relapse, dude. Like, yeah, bro, bad. For me though, mostly, I don't gamble without amphetamines typically, or I don't. It's not that I can't, but like when I'm on amphetamines and I gamble, it's bad. It's a problem because it becomes an absolute dopamine monster, dude. Slot machines, especially, were my thing.
Oh my god,
dude. Adderall, slot machines, and headphones, and sex. Yeah. So, yeah, and it's one of those things. This is like it is going to be the next tidal wave of addictive problem in the future, because like when I was working at juvenile drug court, bro, it's like all these little 13-year-olds are in these Discord lobbies betting on Fortnite matches.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, and I'm like, how are y'all? And they're like, oh, I just like, I'm using a VPN and saying I'm 21. And dude, these kids are young, bro, and they are all gambling.
Okay.
Would you bring some dice?
No.
Because either your face is saying like,
no,
this is hitting, or I have opinions.
Of course, everybody has opinions. I mean, you're right about the gambling, of course. You know what I'm saying? You get that rush. I mean, I got into sports betting pretty big last year for sure. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I lost more than I won. But I wasn't always one that was betting like $100. I'm like, I'll do some crazy shit like a 13-leg parlay and $5.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it still adds up. You know what I'm saying?
It does.
Some of them I hit, some of them I didn't. And then like even this year, I toned it down a lot. For during football season, I may have betted on a game or two. During basketball season, the same thing. From time to time, I still bet here and there.
Sure.
But I mean, yeah, that is a big thing.
That's for sure. Yeah, I will say that's lesser, because we all know the ones that like you can look around a meeting and see who is just like doing it during the meeting, and it's like, and look, dude, I only call spade because I'm a motherfucking spade.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm not like, well, really, it's like I don't even have to pepper it if this is like hitting something, and you maybe take a look. I don't know, man. I'm just talking. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I do want to get back to Rafe though.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Stay on Rafe.
I do want to get back to
derelict gambling fuck, dude.
Derelict. What safeguards have you put in place for you to?
So, oh god, this is embarrassing. So only
more embarrassing than admitting to the internet that you're addicted to buying Pokemon cards.
No. I think someone out there is gonna be like, "Damn, dude, no, I get that."
I know, I do too, but that's just a funny story.
So, real quick, it's funny because my family's like, "It's fucking cardboard."
You don't get it, Mom. You never got it, Mom.
That's literally my inner teenage child.
You can hit him with a 2. Where like, you bought me my first pack. Do that, dude. Use that one.
No, as much as I'd like to. No, but all shit aside, so like allowing my partner to help me with my finances in the sense of like getting some little cash here and there, and
so you're not a man, is what you're saying?
Basically, is what I feel like.
Damn.
And seeing what it looks like in a month, like as in her like just kind of helping me out, like watching these things, like holding the card for a little bit. For me, because man, like
the Pokemon card,
the debit card, and
we see Rafe gets arrested now because he's stealing them. He can't help it, bro.
Look, dude,
and then he has to go to treatment. He's like, he said, "What are you in here for, bro?"
Pokemon,
fucking Charizard, dog.
Dude,
they caught
chasing,
me,
dude. Yeah. But yeah, so stuff like that, talking about it more and more, man. Because like it's one of those things for me. It's like it just like it comes over and it really is like it's an addiction, bro.
Yeah.
Like
yes,
like it's not to where it's like, oh my god, I need to go to like you know what I mean. But it will get there. Like I know me. Like it could be an Oreo we could be talking about, and it'll go there. Like,
well, and tell me if I'm wrong, but this is where I think that I was just so very plainly an addict from jump. Was like my first addiction was action figures, to the point where I remember my dad asking, like, when are you gonna have enough? Because I always want the new one. Always, I'd obsess about. I would read Toy Fair magazine, dude, and I would find out the new toys coming out. I would obsess about it and go to the store and buy it, and then it was like obsessing about another one. And then I would get then I got into paintball, and I would get the paintball catalog, and then I was into fossil watches, and everybody got into fossil watches, and I would get so everything, and then I wanted to play guitar, and I got like a Musician's Friend magazine. I mean, just like obsessing about like this thing over there that if I get it is gonna make me content, and it's the same. And so of course, when I found drugs, it's a wrap. You know, that was just the difference, is that a bass guitar wasn't gonna like bring me to my knees, you know what I'm saying? Except for a sick solo, but
maybe Freebird. But yeah, no, and I mean, and that's just the reality of it. Like what, like for me in my growing point, and the good news is about it though is like, okay, so here's where our relationship, not only with us but me and my God, grow. Is like, okay, like, all right, God, let's do this. Like, where can we work on this? And a good thing about like my sponsor is like I love his outlook on it. It's like he's building this brotherhood. He's building this. You're building this relationship, and you're making it stronger by relying more on it, and you become therefore stronger in yourself internally, to where you be able to battle these things. And like, I didn't get in. First of all, I didn't know what recovery was. I got into sobriety because I wanted to stay sober and wanted to figure it out. And then I found out that recovery was the way to freedom. And that's just my next path to freedom, dude. It's just another thing that I get free of. And the reality is that I think it's going to tie into more than just the feel good. Just the, you know what I mean? There's so much more. I'm going to do an inventory on it very soon, so I can actually look at that and have that awareness. And then, you know, the awareness is just the first part. Then it's the change of the behavior. You know what I mean? And I don't expect it to go smoothly. You know what I mean?
No,
I don't.
No.
I expect it to be rocky. I expect it for me to be frustrated and aggravated and upset at myself. I expect myself to want to fight like a child, like a 13-year-old boy listening to Rage Against the Machine.
It's gonna be like a Geodon, not a Magikarp. To speak in your parlance.
A Geodon?
Wait, that's an antipsychotic pill.
Yeah, what the fuck is a Geodon?
A Geodude. Geodon is straight up psych meds.
He tried, dude. He tried.
It's okay.
It still works. It's still that was a test, bro.
I was about to say educate me on that.
You wouldn't know that, you junkie, dude.
Dumb gambling.
You would, yeah, bro. That was a test to see if you're cured. Yeah.
So there is me internally for y'all to see, and it's out. Here we go.
Now, I will say this now. Like, so, do you get notifications on your phone about these packs or cards or anything?
No, thank God, no.
Okay.
Which brings us to Rafe and Jed's therapy corner with Trayvon. I'm just kidding. Let's see the shoes today. They're not you.
Oh, can you?
I don't know. I think we can see them.
Yeah.
They are fresh as always.
They are fresh as always. But so did you go? I think we sort of touched on it. But like, what in sobriety have you like had a questionable relationship with, if that's the right wording for it? You know what I'm saying? Like which way has your addiction tried to get another foothold in?
I mean, you say foothold. Here it is.
Okay. So like you would say that about?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You know, it like when Rafe was talking, I was just thinking in my head, like for me, I guess thank God I had another kid. You know what I'm saying? And that slowed me down a lot. You know, and I get to the point where I still look at shoes. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I gotta have these. And I mean, I think God shows himself, and like things happen to where I can't get them. You know, like I have to. You know.
Well, take some growth ownership of that. Like, well, Rafe has a kid, and he's still spending tens of thousands of $20,000 on. No, but I'm joking. But like, no, okay, like you didn't thank God, like you said, thank God I have another kid, so I had to. Like, you didn't have to do anything,
I
but
did.
like you,
okay. I had to.
Well, that's good. Well, that's good.
Yeah,
so,
I had to, man. I mean, like you're right. In a sense, you're right. I couldn't, but then my kid would go without. You know what I'm saying?
it's God's kid. He'll take care of him.
Not like that. Yeah,
You
not like
gotta
that.
make me feel
No, not when it comes to the kids.
Yeah, dude, you piece of shit.
All right, here we go.
You know, don't forget, you got the queen or the princess.
I know. No, that's the princess.
All right, now.
Soon to be. Her coronation.
Yeah,
Bro, soon. No, that's.
Is she betrothed to anybody?
There's this little kid at daycare that I'd be keeping a mad eye on, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'd be sweet on her.
Keep that eye.
I'm gonna, dude.
Keep that eye.
Little blonde hair boy thinks he's pretty.
Blue eyes?
Yeah.
Joffrey?
Yeah.
No, dude.
King Joffrey, dude.
No, but I do anticipate and imagine like going through this with our kids of like, and maybe not. Maybe it's because it's kind of like, I think my parents, maybe your parents, like they were coming. I mean, the baby boomers coming from like World War II, Great Depression era. Like my mom and her cousins, I guess because my grandma like grew up post like Depression, like the Great Depression. So there was like a big like scarcity mindset. So they were like very like super frugal. Right? Mm-hmm. And then it became like, okay, we'll help our kids have like what we didn't have, sort of thing. And then I think it keeps like the pendulum just swings each time. And so I'm sort of swinging back to probably frugal. Because I've realized that I will spend money on very stupid things. Yeah. But I am definitely, I'm sure we all are on the lookout for those like addictive signs of, I thought she is with candy already. Yeah. I do remember Starburst being a very specific craving of mine as a kid.
Oh yeah, dude. No, it's yeah, man. I mean, we're like, I don't know, man. We talked about. I think we talked about it last time. It's like, how do I stop the experiences that made me for him or her? And it's like I don't.
Yeah, because if you try, then it's gonna happen.
Like,
you just let it be. Let it be, man.
Like, are there precautions in certain areas? Absolutely. I think it's a situational thing. Like when it comes up and it's like, okay, this is an issue, or how do we take care of the issue before it's an issue? Like, so, and that's the thing. It's like, what do you do?
Yeah, you can't. I mean, because it may not even be an issue. You know
right.
I know. We're making an issue.
Yeah.
Our perception.
Yeah. I did that last night where like I made a decision, thinking I was doing something good for someone else, and it didn't go that way. And I called my buddy Matt, and he was like, so you created a solution to a problem that didn't exist yet.
Right.
Is that right? And I was like, fuck. Yeah, that is what I did. Yeah. And I just
guilty.
Yeah, and it was like the purest. Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna because I have a busy schedule now. I was like, I'm gonna not do book study to free up an hour to be home or whatever. And not really understanding that probably came across as like, oh, I'm moving back in and now I'm going to like slack off on some things, which is completely not what I meant.
Yeah.
But I didn't get the reception or the response that I was like, it wasn't met with like, oh, great. It was sort of like, are you sure? And so, I called Matt and he was like, yeah, so you made your own solution to some imaginary problem, did you? And I was like, what? Yeah, I guess so.
And I think we all do that though, man. I have a good friend of mine. We have mutual friends of ours. Actually, he always like, man, stop trying to play God. You know what I'm saying? And I think
does it rhyme with Sean Wall?
No.
Oh.
No. That took me a second too. No. I was like, yeah.
But he tells me that a lot. Sometimes he jokes with me with that, but it sticks all the time. Because I have to see where I'm trying to play God in that moment. Because of course for me when I do that, that's when things go horribly wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I have to learn how to let things be what they are. You know what I'm saying? And experience it in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Just try to like they say, do the next right thing or try to make the next right decision. And if I can't make that decision, I call Jed.
Yeah.
Jed's gonna always swing me to the
Yep.
the dark side.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will. They call me Mr. Rubber Stamp. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know,
So it's being a parent. It's tricky, man. You know what I mean? It's and every kid's different. Like, I could read 1,000 books, but does it relate to my child?
Mm-hmm.
And how do I meet my child where they're at and supply them the needs that they need? Like, and not being too spiritually aloof, but also being spiritually like inclined of like, okay, this is where I do certain things. This is where I don't. And it's hard. It's like, dude, every day it's different. It's different, man. It's like life on life's terms completely. And like, how do I handle that? And for the most part, like pretty well. But there's days where I'm like, damn, dude, you could have been better. And which is good. There is that awareness. But all right, let it go. Do better. Right. And then let's let that go. Yeah. I have a tendency of hanging on.
Oh, what? Yeah. I think that's a alcoholic trait right there of just the obsessive, latching on to something. It's very hard for me to puke and rally, as they say, for sober things. Like where it's like, oh, dude, I messed up, but you just need to like carry on. It's like, no, I will sit there and like,
you gotta make it right.
Yeah. I don't like unresolved conflict,
and that's great. That's growth on all of us, because I don't either, and I know you don't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even with the kids, I think even myself, y'all kids are at an age where, it's not too hard. It's not. I mean, you try your best, but they can't really verbalize everything, and the emotional aspect of it, you probably know how they feel in that moment, you know what I'm saying? Like with my 10-year-old, man, I have a tendency with my kids, or my 10-year-old specifically, like I'm a kid at heart, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to act the way he's acting. Yeah. But then he kind of gets out of line and it doesn't say dad, he'll say, hey, boy. And I'm like, all right, Jackson. And he'll catch himself, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, honestly, bro, I love being around him, because he is like I said this last week, bro, he's a goofy kid, man, you know what I'm saying? And he's just a kid, you know what I'm saying? And he does what kids do, he does what I did at his age, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not one of those ones that just lock himself in the room and just play Roblox all day. Like, he does like to play with his toys, action figures. Yep. He was a Paw Patrol fanatic at one point in time. Yeah. And he's the only kid with his mom, and he'll sit there, bro, and I'll watch him, and he'll have all these things like just lined up with the big old whatever, you know what I'm saying? And he's like talking each one with a different voice, and I'm like, nice. That's
well,
that's
dude,
great.
Well, no, look, I mean, and a buddy of mine, Frankie, kind of touches on this. He does keynote, and this is a big thing I actually really agree on, is that imagination as a kid is a sign of genius, of being a genius. And like, so you go back and where did I lose my spark? And as I got older, I started picking up on things in the real world, and what I thought was right, or not right, but what I thought everyone did I should do. And the more I get closer to that 5-year-old version of myself, the more creative I am, the more inspirational I am, the more connected I am, because I've taken away all these old ideas and beliefs that didn't come from me. I've basically been cucked from them to some extent of like someone else's. And so getting back to that and like being a child again, it's fun. It just, we're like, for my instances of getting it out of hand is a whole nother story. To where I can act like a child, but I'm not. I have responsibilities.
That's what I was telling you too.
I'm an adult. Like, this is something I have to make sure we get a ring on that, because it's an issue right now, but when does it become a problem? I mean, we allow it. And the good news is about people like us today is like we have tools to be able to stop that before it goes anywhere. And so, like I said, man, my hope is that like this is enough. We shift, we make a shift, and then like we don't flinch, we move forward. Like,
I wonder what the next. Yeah, I wonder what the next Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like, what's the next? It's funny because all it is just like.
What's the new obsession of the week?
Yeah, rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. I mean, my obsession forever was like, getting back home and like it's like, you can remember and truly be like, oh, are we gonna be together? And it's just my brain has to like, and it really it has to have a problem to worry about, and it really freaks out when there's nothing to worry about. It seems like, and it'll just kind of make something up because it's almost like yeah, now it's just like, okay, I'm back in that. And I have to be careful too of seeking purpose and contentment and trying to figure out like, okay, what's like my overall, like, how do I go through a day and like am satisfied with it? Mm-hmm. Which it can be tricky. And a lot of it is still because I'm back in like early recovery mode and still retraining my brain to not want just like these like spikes and hits. And that was all like what the best things drugs did for me was give me purpose, like artificial purpose. But it would, even in the most, mundane thing, it would seem like the most important thing in the world. Yeah. Like, I've got to take this car radio apart, dude. And it was so rewarding, and it really was. And then, of course, like, that turns out to be, eventually tolerance and everything sets in. And,
yeah. I like how you said artificial purpose.
Yeah, because it's not a real one.
Right.
But I am someone that has to have a purpose. I can't just like aimlessly drift.
Right.
No. Well, that's what I love about working with my sponsor now. Like he's always like, man, like why settle for like, okay, why settle, like, man, God has given me an opportunity to live another day alive and another day sober. And so what do I do with that? Now, and to Jed's point, I 100% agree. Don't get lost in the sauce of that. Like, I think it was Rick Ross that said, you can get lost too much in the sauce or whatever. But the reality is like having goals to set them to make sure that you really give it your all. So I'm not looking back when I get to the gates of heaven or wherever my nirvana or whatever my paradise is when the end of this. And I don't want to be like, you know what, I'm well rested. No, I want to be fucking exhausted.
Yeah.
Because I want to be like, I gave it every little bit of myself on that playing field that I could, man. And that I was able to, like, use the assets that God gave me, worked on the defects that God gave me, and turned them into something positive. And so there's right there your attraction, man. There's your attraction to something bigger than itself, dude. Because, like, there's no way in hell we would have started something like this and took this leap of faith without like something bigger than ourselves. Okay. I would have never done that because I'd have been in too much fear. What if others think? Or at least I would have done it. It'd have been surface level. I wouldn't have been talking about my issues that I'm working on personally. So how do we do that, man? We do it full of fear and a leap of faith. Yep. That's it, man. I ain't never done something new that I had confidence in. I've done something new full of fear, and I'm just like, all right, let's go. Like, I can't breathe. I want to shit. I'm nervous. I don't know what to do. I want to jump out of my body. Let's go. You know what I mean? It's almost like when I used to try to skateboard. I was such a poser. But it was one of those things, if you thought about the trick too long, you wouldn't do it because you're afraid of, the board will kick me right, hit me in the nuts, splitting me open, whatever it is. So you just got to do it. You got to do it. You got to stop thinking.
Every man's afraid of getting split open. It's true.
Yeah.
No, so it's funny, like you said, getting to heaven, like that is... like the current idea that I'm on, it's not my own, but it's like the idea being that if you are still like addicted to, just to continue this metaphor, if you're addicted to Pokemon cards, when you get to the hereafter, that's not going away, but it will be burned away in the presence of this all-encompassing love and perfection that is God. That it's not that, not in a way of like, this thing, I'm gonna like punish you for it, but just in a way of like, by its very nature, selfishness can't exist next to like perfect selflessness. So that is gonna be burned away. And if you can do that before you get there, then that process is less painful. But so it's like the idea being that this life is the process of like, how can I be rid of the things that are incompatible with God during this time, so that because the idea being that like, I am not gonna be, if I think heaven is just endless Charizard packs, then like I'm gonna be woefully disappointed, and I'm like not gonna fit in to that place. That sounds great, dude.
You don't know shit. I get where you're going. I think for me, I think I've stopped well, when I was a kid, I used to think that I could do whatever I want in heaven. Like, I'll be able to one section over there, go play Pokemon. And no, I'm dead serious.
That's the Mormon idea.
Yeah.
That everybody gets your own planet.
You know what? I might actually be switching religions. No, but I think in my recovery, and this is just my journey, is like, I really don't know what my heaven will look like. I just know it'll be something beautiful. I don't know what it like, and when I say the word beautiful, that can mean a lot of things because I don't know. I just
it's broad.
It's man, because like it's something so big to me that like how could me as a human try to explain it and so like. Maybe Jed's spot on.
I can.
Yeah. Here's our fearless leader, Jed, dude. No, but who knows? Like, I don't know, man. I don't.
You want me to bake your noodle?
Yeah.
So, the idea. So, if this is like if heaven is just infinite time to do anything infinitely, you got that? Mm-hmm. It will eventually become hell. Because you will infinitely do every possible thing an infinite number of times, stuck in this horrific infinity loop.
Yeah, I'm not.
And that's our podcast. No, we would not end it on that note.
Basically, like we have this conversation infinitely, all the time, forever. In addition to every other possible thing, infinitely. For infinity.
What if it's infinitely say it again?
Infinitely. Yeah, what if it's just like the first shot of heroin?
Well, or like I was thinking, what if it's that moment where I'm talking to my son and we're just laying in a swing?
I think if you do that infinitely, it will eventually be. It's like if you see that movie Palm Springs, it's like Groundhog Day. It's that, but. Infinitely.
But they were lost in their lives already. Before that loop happened, they were lost. Not saying I'm found by any means, but I'm saying.
But they eventually get out.
Look, I'm trying to argue with you because I think I totally get what you're saying. Would it be mundane? Would it would drive me crazy? Or what if like I find gratitude in that moment of like right there? Because like that is my God. That's my heaven. It's like when we talk about heaven on earth or whatever it is, because there's hell on earth too.
Yeah,
we've lived it.
Yeah,
hell is a reverse hollow pack, dog.
I don't know. It's like
a scalper resealed pack. How about that?
Oh no, that is hell, dude. Yeah. No, that would be.
It's the equivalent of getting bunk dope, dude. It's the worst.
But no, it's funny because like I get caught in like those moments of like I'm really I'm going. It's like work out, a recovery, relationship, fatherhood, whatever it is, and I get caught up in all that. But then like the other day we were at Bella's family's house, and he's just laying on me and he's just talking to me, and I'm just like, yeah, tell me, man. And we're on this swing, and he's just looking at me, talking to me. And I'm just like, you don't know how much you mean to me. And you're the best thing that's ever happened to Dad, man. Like, it's so...
Now, that's heaven.
That is. And so if I'm stuck in that loop...
Why did you spend my college money on Pokemon cards?
You're set up, buddy. You're set up. This was a side thing.
This is for you. This PSA 10 Raikou is going to
put you PSA through... 8 Gengar, dude, it's going to put you through college.
No, what's going to be funny, I've said this before, it's going to be funny, not funny, it's going to be the worst day of your life, but like you like fully give in your addiction and you have this fucking $100,000 Pokemon card collection and you come home one day and your beautiful heavenly son has just taken a shit on all of it, dude. And just destroyed it, and then where's your God now?
See, that's where precautions come in, and we use the tools that are set and put it in a safe space to where he can't get him. But
that's why you're having another kid, so that you'll have a spare, right?
Well, we're not there yet, but thank you for breaking the news, Chad. No, we have.
You're not having another kid.
No, not yet. Well, you never know.
Yeah, you don't know.
You don't know.
You don't.
You never.
That's
know.
true. Yeah, that's the funny thing that like you think you're in
I'm
charge
telling you,
of.
bro,
Yeah, but
you don't, because even my last one was. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
We'll talk about that another time.
Yeah, well, there's something I definitely wanted to kind of mention is like, so if you could have one person do a podcast, or better yet, if we could interview one person, who would you pick and why? Dead or alive, fictional, non-fictional?
Oh Lord, yeah, you got to get back to me on that next
Nikola
week.
Tesla.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't. My Rolodex is flipping.
Either
infinitely.
that, or or I really want to be friends with Robert Pattinson.
That'd be a cool guy.
I think we'd hit it off.
Yeah, he'd either love you or hate you. There's no gray area.
I think he smells real good.
Oh God.
I would think.
Did you hear the story about? Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
About Robert Pattinson had a stalker, right? That was like showing up to the Twilight set, and so he walked over one day and took her to dinner, and like proceeded to purposefully like bore
her
and annoy the fuck out of her, and it worked.
That's nice.
It worked.
He was just complaining about like all his little problems and all that, and she never returned.
Yeah, that's got mine.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy, man.
Was that a good
I've seen a
that documentary was great.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was, man. And like, dude was like, who you see on screen is not who he is in real life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
I didn't know
saying?
he was like sober forever. Like never.
Yeah.
That was wild to me.
Yeah, and I think that's what got me with him. Like even his relationship with Charlie Murphy, his brother, and like how he grew up with his parents and everything, bro. Yeah, and he really intrigues
like a
me.
Good dude.
Like like he is my favorite comedian of all time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I do like Richard Pryor. You know, don't get me wrong, but Eddie did it for me because I grew up watching Eddie. You know what I'm saying?
I think Eddie's is a good pick. I have two. One's a recently biased is Shia LaBeouf because
yeah.
But my main one is Mr. Rogers.
Ah,
Weird. I was just reading about Mr. Rogers in my car, like just now.
Just talking to him. Man.
That movie made me cry so hard,
dude. Like you talk about powerful, impactful people, and
bro.
Like Eddie in his own sense, Mr. Rogers in his own sense. Like it would be interesting just to sit back and listen, just hear their stories, and just be a part of that.
Have you seen his speech to Congress when they were trying to pull funding on?
I think so.
Oh my God!
PBS?
Yes, and
he's
he's like, I'd like to read you a story from a child, and it was just this amazing. And the guy was like, "You son of a bitch, you just got your $3 million." It was like, it was like a notable hard ass, and like that was literally he was like, well. All right, you just got your $3 million. It was incredible.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's powerful, man. And I mean, like that's what we can
The
do,
first
man.
the first interracial swimming on television.
Yep.
He just put his foot. He got the black mailman.
Yep.
And they had a kiddie pool. And he was like, "It's hot. Do you want to put your feet in the pool?" And they both put their feet in the pool, and that was like wildly scandalous.
Yeah.
It's like Princess Di shaking hands with the AIDS patient. Yeah,
I seen that too.
That dude's such a boss, man.
Yeah,
Mr. Rogers. And we all had the urban legend that he was covered in tattoos. Y'all remember that? That's why he wore sweaters.
Big down, dude. Just like.
Did y'all not have that one? Did you have the Marilyn Manson removed a rib?
Yeah.
How did those get spread before the internet?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking. We had that in South Carolina.
I'm about to say I was in high school.
Yeah,
junior high?
I was in
middle school.
Middle school.
Yeah.
Look, my biggest or rumor that I don't know where it came from was the whole Mew behind the truck in Pokemon Red and Blue.
I remember that too.
So there was this thing, if anyone played Pokemon back in the 90s or early 2000s, is that if you went to the certain place in Vermilion City, there's this truck.
Was that
that's
not
just parked.
true?
It's not true. It's not true. And you'd go up to the truck and you would press strength and you would move the truck and a Mew would pop out. It is not true. I wish it was because of all the countless hours. But you would always be like, how the does this person know?
Yeah.
Or like before cheat codes came out in games, they would know how to get like I remember in the Star Wars game in the 64, the Empire,
Yeah, Shadows of the Empire.
Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah.
You could get into the ATS. You could drive an ATST on Hoth if you press certain buttons, and I'm like, what? How do you do
That's
that?
not true.
No, I did that. My cousin would do that for me. Look it up. Dude.
I will look it up.
Look it up. No, we are staying on until Jed looks this up because, dude, that was so phenomenal to me because I always wanted to pilot the ATST or the ATs because the Empire had the cool shit, dude.
Did you get your people to subscribe to GamePro magazine?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I
when
mean,
you
I
had all
was
the
at one
cheat
point
codes.
in 2006.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
What?
Like, yeah.
Oh! You can control the ATST. That is what you said. I thought the AT-AT. That's still wild. By starting a new file with the name. That's it. I did do that with Wampa Stompa. Yes,
Wampa
dude.
Stompa.
Yes. Yes, you can control an ATST. That's hilarious.
So look, dude, you're learning not only about us, but fun facts of the '90s that could work in your life today.
Wampa
You can
Stompa.
All
pilot
you 64
ATST
owners out there.
on the Empire.
Shadows of
Shadows
Shadows
of the Empire. Dash Rendar.
Dash Rendar.
That was the sickest dude.
Nice.
Well, we've made it through another episode, boys.
Yeah, nice, dude.
Don't forget, like, share,
Like,
and subscribe.
share, and subscribe.
That's it, man.